What is going on, everybody? This is Justin Martinez, aka Jay the Sports Dude, coming to you all live from my apartment. Hopefully, you all are staying at your homes as well, practicing social distancing and staying safe during this pandemic. And I'm here to provide you all with a little bit of extra entertainment. That's right, folks. It is time for episode number 3 of Stray Shooter, the offseason web series that's all over the place. We talk about a little bit of everything with players from New Mexico State. And joining me today are a pair of Southwest snipers, two of the best marksmen to hail from the city of Crosses. That's right, folks. It is Bryce Rewalt and Tennessee Owens. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up, Justin?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, how are you guys doing today?
We're good. Yeah, we're just kind of navigating through these times in our own way, just like everybody else. But yeah, we're doing everything we can to stay sane out here.
Definitely. Everybody staying safe and everything?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it then with our first segment, which is called the Film Room. And this is where I go ahead and show you all some of your best clips from this past season. And it's going to help break it down for the people. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with the first clip, which is of Mr. Tennessee Owens. And it shows a part of what I think makes your game so dangerous is your ability to exploit the three ball. There you go, Bryce hinting towards it. But specifically, you're able to find your spots on the floor. Even when it's without the basketball, you move really well. And you find where you can get open and get a shot off. Let's take a look at it. You put this on this game against Western New Mexico, and here it is.
Okay. Let's see it.
Go to Robert Brown, skip past right side, Tennessee Owens. Penetrates, feeds back to Sean. Off to Owens. Owens 3 on the way. Yes!
Got it.
Tennessee Owens! First basket is an Aggie.
There you go. Now, obviously, Tennessee, as soon as number 35 for Western New Mexico reaches in for that steal, he's at an immediate disadvantage because now somebody has to pick up Sean Williams. It's your guy who caves in. You do a really good job of drifting out back to that three-point line, catch and shoot. And it's not just any three ball, your first bucket as an Aggie. Going into walking through that play, and what's going through your mind as you pull that trigger?
I was just like, from the moment I stepped on the floor in the first half, it was, like I said to you earlier in the year, it was sort of a blackout type of thing. But I got more comfortable in the second half because, I knew that the first 4 minutes in the first half kind of helped me get my feet wet. But I knew as soon as he closed out, I would have an advantage to drive the ball. And then I decided to kick it out because I saw the guy scrape or, kind of go for the ball when I drove it left. So I kicked it back and then relocated as Sean Williams drove it. Got my feet set and just let it fly. And from then, it was pretty much history. I don't remember anything of it, but it was a lot of fun. And I think my ability, or just from being a coach's son, my ability to just kind of know where everything is on the floor and my spacing and feel, I kind of just was able to get to the right spot and get a shot off that was a good enough shot for me to be able to let go. And like I said, the rest is history. And the ball went in first bucket as an Aggie.
Yeah, there we go. Moving on to our next clip with Bryce. Now, part of what makes your game so dangerous is how quickly you're able to get your shots up, and you put that here on display in a game against Chicago State. Let's take a quick look at this one here.
I feel like I already know which one this is.
Solo by Buchanan. Yeah. Brings him back. Looks for Rewalt. Left of the lane. Rewalt's 3. Yes! Bryce Rewalt with 3 more.
All right, now for a lot of guys, once they catch and shoot that ball, maybe their momentum carries them a little bit to the left, shot might drift a little bit, but you're able to find your center of gravity really quickly, square up for the three-point shot, and it is on the money. Now, obviously, you're not the quickest guy or the tallest guy, but the way you're able to get your shot off against these dudes is with that quick release. Go ahead and just talk to me about what's going through your mind on this play. Did you already know the ball was coming your way for this one?
Yeah, when I saw the steal happen and I saw the fast break, I was yelling at Shiz the whole way up the court to give me the ball. And then it was just I knew that I had to get off quick. And like you alluded to, not the fastest, not the biggest. So that's kind of my go-to is trying to get things off quicker. Because I feel like, especially at this level, it's absolutely insane how fast these guys are closing out. But yeah, definitely the quicker trigger helps a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, did that become even a bigger point of emphasis once you started going up against these other D1 guys?
Yeah, I mean, in high school, I had a decently fast shot too, but it's had to be a lot faster. I learned that very quickly when I joined the team last fall.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on back to Tennessee in the next game. I think this is against the same game against Chicago State. And once again, it's moving well without the basketball. Here you find yourself in the corner pocket. Let's take a look at this clip. if this thing will load. Let's give me 1 second here. There we go.
Owens goes to his left, feeds the ball to Sean Williams. Right lane now to Shun, to Owens again for three. Tennessee, another three.
I know. Essentially, once you come off this screen from William McNair, it's wraps at this point because there's one guy that has to guard Sean Buchanan and yourself. Of course, he has to go to the dude with the ball, and Sean makes the right decition, finds you for the pocket three ball. Just walk me through this play a little bit.
I think Chicago State went to a zone here, but they were kind of in disarray. I don't think they knew exactly where everyone was at on the floor. If not, then they were just playing really bad man-to-man defense. But I remember I hit a shot before this on the left wing when I first checked in, and that kind of got the jitters out. You know, because you sit for like 36, 37 minutes if you're Bryce or me. So you kind of just have to stay ready. We're stretching on the benches, you know, kind of hiding the stretching just so we can just be ready to go. So I got in there, hit the first one, and then the second one, I realized that if I drifted right back to the corner and respaced, that I have a wide open shot in the corner. And as you can see, I kind of posed for like half a second there after I let it go because I knew it was going in. That one felt better than the first one. And then obviously the best thing about the shots, especially when Bryce and I are in and they go in, is the bench's reaction. And then you hear after the game that the coaches are just laughing. Just the fact that, you know, we sit for 36, 37 minutes and then we go in there and just don't miss. It's pretty funny how they talk about it. So, and then Jans was laughing after I made this second one, and it was pretty funny. And but this was one of my favorite games just because I was able to come in and make an impact, even though we were already up and the outcome of the game was already decided. But still, when your number's called, regardless of the position or role that you have, you still got to be ready. So that's kind of what went into this. I was ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. Now it seems like there's a trend here where a lot of these passers are coming from Sean Buchanan. Does he always look for you guys when he's on the court there? How much does he enjoy finding you guys?
Yeah, especially, and it goes back into practice too. Like if we, we're often guys that in practice, if we're not doing scout, if we're doing NMSU versus NMSU practice stuff, we'll give guys breathers, and that ends up being a lot more because these guys are, get pretty tired. And Shun, he's like, hey man, play your butt off on defense and run the floor, and we'll find you. And Shun always finds us. He's given us a lot of threes. In this game, he gave all three of our makes between us were from Sean Buchanan. And he's such a good teammate, and he finds his guys, and he knows the game really well. So I mean, I think he knows where everything's on the floor, where everybody's at. So that's kind of what goes into that.
Yeah, definitely. Now moving on to this last clip. Now this isn't necessarily an in-game highlight here, but this is pregame for Bryce here. Now this is before a Seattle game. About an hour before the contest, I caught the back end of this little shoot around that you have here. I just want to get your reaction to this. Let's take a look at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know this one already. There's one.
No, we're not. No, thank God. We are highlighting highlight Jabari on Sam. Okay?
Got it.
Okay? All right, got it. Head coach, just like me. He is all.
There it is. All right. Now, obviously, like I said, this isn't an in-game clip, but I think it speaks to the work ethic. It speaks to the shooting form. And just go ahead and walk me through what is a normal pregame routine for you? Because, like I said, this is an hour before the game. Nobody else out there on the court. And you have to rain in some threes.
Yeah, I mean, usually me and Tennessee, we get to the gym, like 3.5 hours before.
Something like that, yeah.
We go usually we get taped, take a hot bath or something just to kind of get our bodies ready. And it's, believe it or not, we get probably a lot more of our sweat in, obviously pregame, than we do in the game. But we have a lot of just stationary shooting like that, moving back and forth. We usually start mid-range, and then we try to hit all 7 spots around the perimeter like that. And then it's usually make 10 to 15 at each spot. This one is funny. I didn't even realize I was kind of just shooting there with Cam. Yeah, it's Cam. And but I didn't even realize. Like I knew they were going in, but I didn't realize how many it was until I saw the tweet that you tweeted out. But yeah, it's a long pregame process for us. But I think we definitely look forward to that every time, the pregame.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and I think I didn't do you full justice here because you made about 4 or 5 threes before this. until eventually I was like, oh, shoot, maybe I should pull out my phone and start recording this. Do you know what your record for most threes in a row is? Have you kept count of it?
I've never kept count, but I know like a lot of the times, especially in high school, I wouldn't leave the gym until I made 10 in a row at all 5 spots. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 back, and then I'd leave. So, I mean, I don't know. I think if I thought about it, I would probably miss a lot more.
Yeah. So it's just in the moment, just
Right.
catch and shoot.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next segment. And this is my personal favorite. A lot of people have been enjoying this. I've been finding throwback images of the team. I don't know if you guys have followed the first couple episodes.
Oh, man.
First one was with Terrell. We got a high school football photo of him. Second one was with Evan, and we got his first ever interview back in the 8th grade. I think he might have been a little bit mad at me that I showed the people that one. But now I've got 2 throwback images for you guys, and I just want to get y'all's reaction to it. How's that sound?
All right.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with Bryce. And this is a pretty cool one. Now, this is going back to your football days, Bryce.
Yeah.
And you sent out a certain tweet to E.Y. Hilton. And you said, what are you up to today? You said, wishing I could get off a press and run routes like UTY. And he says, you will. Pretty cool, because people forget, Bryce, that you were actually pretty nice with it on the football field. I remember the Class 5A rankings for 2014. You were ranked number 24, actually. So you were up there, and then you get a little love from T.Y. Hilton, a player of your favorite team, I believe, right, on the Colts?
Yep, Colts are my team.
Yeah, what was that like just to get that response from him?
It's funny because I don't think at the time, because this was 2015, so I was a senior, I was a junior still in high school, and I think at the time I wasn't real big on Twitter yet, like I wasn't on it all the time, so I was like, oh, that's cool, like he responded, but now like when I think about it, it's pretty dang crazy considering, I mean, it's T.Y. Hilton, it's an NFL player, and it's my favorite team, but yeah, that was super cool when that happened.
Definitely. All right, moving on to the next one of Tennessee. Now, this easily is the furthest back we have had to dig for something so far. Tennessee, this is actually going back to your very first birthday. And look who is sitting here on the couch.
Oh, yeah, Birdman.
Chris Anderson, yes, before he became the Birdman with the tattoos and everything. Just talk to me. Is he a family friend? Do you call him Uncle Birdman? Like, we got to know, man.
He played for my dad. So when my dad was coaching, I believe with like the New Mexico Slam, which is an old IBL team, which is this league folded a long time ago. Honestly, I really can't remember if it's the CBA or the IBL. A lot of the CBA teams turned into D-League teams. Just so, like the Dakota Wizards, they used to be in the CBA. Now they were bought out by Golden State, and they're in Santa Cruz. But this is before all the tattoos. He has 0 tattoos here. He was he was just like he was a good friend of ours. My dad's really like he's like a player's coach. So he would have his players over all the time, and he still does that today, even when he was coaching professionally. And so this is just another instance of that. He said my birthday, told him it was my birthday, and then he came over, and that's Birdman sitting right there. This is, like I said, before all the tattoos, before all the, the fame. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I've seen him a bunch of times since, and he's always shocked at how big I am now. But it's pretty cool, yeah. So that's Birdman.
Yeah, that's cool. Who are some other like professional players you've kind of just grown up around because of connections with your dad?
So Tyler Ennis is really close with my dad, former Syracuse star. My dad worked closely with Brandon Ingram when he was with the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell, all the Lakers in those when they weren't playing so well. But then there's also really good college players who play for my dad in the G League. So there's like Josh Majette, who like is one of he was at my first school. He's like the best player to ever play there. Vander Blue, God, there's so many. God, I can't even. Tarek Black. I mean, there's so many. Like, and I've met all sorts of players. Bryce and I got to, basically say what's up to LeBron, Paul Pierce, Chris Paul, like all sorts of players when I would bring them out to LA. But it's been a crazy life in terms of basketball. So I've gotten to be around and grow up around professional athletes in terms of basketball my whole life. Yeah,
pretty cool. Well, guys, we're going to move on to the next segment, which is called Hometown Heat. And this is where I go ahead and I find some of the restaurants from your guys' hometown. And you're just going to tell me if it's legit or not. Now, obviously, this is Las Cruces, so you guys know it as well as anybody. So we're going to go ahead and show you a couple of them. How does that sound, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All righty. Now, the first one, obviously, we got to go to the Mexican food. And one of the top places in town is Si Senor. Guys, go ahead and talk to me. Is this that hometown heat? And what is your favorite Mexican restaurant in Las Cruces if it is in this place?
Yeah, I'd say Si Senor is definitely up there. I'm actually pretty good buddies with the owner, and we go way back. So I've been eating at Si Senor since I was like 4 or 5 years old. But yeah, I love Si Senor.
Yeah, it's definitely a staple for Las Cruces. I eat here a lot. I probably eat at Andales more because of like by association, but Si Senor, Andales, those are like two of my favorite places, especially here.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to the next one, guys. Now, of course, I'm not from here, so I had to learn pretty quickly that green chili is a very big thing in New Mexico, in Las Cruces. And one combination that I had not seen yet, I hadn't heard of this, was at Caliche's, and they actually have a green chili sundae. Guys,
Oh
go ahead
yeah.
and talk about this. Is this legit? Is it maybe too far with the green chili? Because I live right across the street from one. I'll go try it out right after this if you guys recommend it to me. Is this that hometown heat?
Ugh.
I mean, the thing with Caliche, I've done it before. It wasn't that great. But the thing with Caliche's is you don't go there so often. So every time you want to get something that you're going to enjoy. So it's kind of hard to extend your your reach at this place and throw green chili and some ice cream. But I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess, if you just want to experience the whole Southwest green chili. But it's not very great.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like that would only be in this area. I feel like New Mexico, El Paso, since we're kind of on the border, this would be the only place maybe in the entire world that would throw green chili and some ice cream with some almonds and cherries and then try to market it. But people buy it. I mean, people love green chili. I'm not the biggest fan of hot food, so I would probably never get this. But Justin, if you want to go and try it, it's by all means, go ahead.
I'll have to go get my review for it, guys. All right, but now we are moving on to our last segment. Let's go ahead and go to full screen here with you guys. There we go. It is the fan Q&A segment. So I'm going to read off a couple tweets to y'all. These guys go ahead and answer that. How's that sound?
Okay.
Good.
All right, so first one coming from a very familiar name for Tennessee, John Owen wants to know, what do you guys plan on doing after you graduate from MSC? Let's start off with Tennessee.
So I have a couple options. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. Anyone that knows me knows I want to be a coach. It's kind of been I feel like it's been my calling, at least for the last 3 or 4 years, ever since I've been around some really good coaches. But I either want to do some sort of GA position, whether that be here, another school, or just based off the connections that my dad has and him being able to help me a lot and all the people that I know, I might want to do some sort of maybe internship in the NBA for a year, then hopefully get on a development league staff or some sort of like player development role. But I think what my main goal is after college is I want to be like a head coach before I'm 30. So that's kind of like my whole goal. So I'm just going to continue to work towards that. I want to be a really young head coach. I feel like that provides a lot of good experience for your future, but that's kind of what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, definitely. That player experience obviously really helps, especially for coaching, right?
No doubt. It looks really good on a resume. Regardless of if I play 0 minutes in my career, if you're around some of the better players in the country or around a coach like Coach Jans, who has all sorts of connections around the country, being a JUCO guy and kind of been through the ranks, he's going to help me a lot, I think. And being around him helps a ton. I'm learning a lot from him.
Yeah, and I know I've talked a little bit about with some other players who want to go on to be coaches, like Sean Buchanan, one's the big ones. Who are some other guys you can see maybe pursuing a coaching career after their careers are done on the team?
I think CJ, just because of his IQ, he has a really high basketball IQ. I don't know if he wants to be a coach. I think he wants to continue playing. And I think Shun is still on the fence of what he wants to do as well. I know he's going to be a really good coach someday. We talk about it all the time. But as far as like other coaches that I've been teammates with, I think that CJ would be one of them. Me, CJ, and Shun have really high basketball IQs, at least I think. And them being players, they – like real play, like they play way more than us. They experience it. I've only experienced it a little bit, experienced it more at the high school level, but those guys could be really good coaches just based off, they've done it.
Yeah, definitely. Bryce, what's the plan for you after you graduate?
So I've been accepted into Texas Tech for grad school. I'm going to go for sports administration. So eventually, I want to work within an athletic department because I do the interning with the marketing department here. And that kind of sparked my interest in working within the athletic field. And I mean, end goal would be an athletic director at a university, but that's a long ways away. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, really cool. And I saw you'd also been doing a little bit of like sideline reporting back in the day. Also,
yeah.
Talk to me about that.
because I'm a journalism major, and I started off broadcast, and I did reporting, I did sports reporting, sports anchoring, news anchoring. It was fun, but it wasn't really all for me. But I'm more of the advertising, PR, marketing side. So
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to our next question, guys. This one is coming from a guy named Uncle Mike, who I believe you guys are friends with because I see you guys follow him on Twitter. He says top 5 cereals, but we'll give you guys what's your favorite cereal?
Go ahead, Pete.
I would probably just go like Cocoa Pebbles. That's like the one I would always end up buying. I like those a lot. Any chocolate cereal really, but Cocoa Pebbles for sure is probably the go-to for me.
He'll eat his Cocoa Pebbles at like 4 in the morning too. So
Yeah.
He'll wake up and go to the bowl.
Yeah, if I wake up in the middle of the night, that's what I'm going with, and I just eat it in like 5 minutes and I'm just right back to sleep.
Yeah. What about you, Bryce?
If we're talking healthy, I'll go Honey Bunches of Oats. I like those.
Okay.
If we're going unhealthy, I got to go Lucky Charms or Fruity Pebbles.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Moving on to our last question, guys. This one comes from a guy whose just name is Wyatt on Twitter, and he says, "Who wins one-on-one?" It's the question that we've all been wondering, guys. I see Bryce already pointed to himself. When's the last time you guys played each other one-on-one?
God, it's been a while. I would say, what would you think, Bryce? Like maybe like when I was a freshman in college and you weren't playing then?
It might have been then or when we were in LA too.
Yeah, probably in LA. We a funny story. We did like some like King of the Court things, King of the Court type of game in the Lakers practice facility, and all the coaches were watching. It was pretty funny. This is Bryce still kind of fresh off a torn ACL. He's still wearing his brace and everything. Probably shouldn't be playing basketball, and but it gets we're pretty competitive when it becomes to, between him and I. So I don't know. I would probably win 10-0.
Nah, if you look at his shirt and look who's on the shirt, that's who's winning the game.
Oh yeah, we got the shirt really quickly. Look
Okay.
at it. You know the backstory on this shirt here, Tennessee.
Bryce has a girlfriend. She knows how to make shirts. I think she found out how to make them on TikTok. It's like a picture you print out, then you get some paper and iron it over. And Bryce made this for me, and it's a really good picture of him. So I just thought I'd break it out for the interview.
Yeah.
As you can tell, this is like straight up like open up your phone camera and snap it a pic. But you can tell the jawline looks pretty good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really good picture of Bryce, and I'll probably get this. I'm only gonna wear it once. I might wear it for pregame too, but I'll probably frame it after.
Yeah. You had to put it on display here on the platform, right? Got to take advantage of the platform.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna see us for a long time, at least because of this whole situation. So I feel like they had to see what Bryce did for me, and I'm really appreciative of Bryce. Shout out to you.
Let that be the face that people remember when they think of Bryce.
I hope so. Hopefully.
Oh man.
Bryce, any response to that? How are you feeling about
I'm never making him another shirt.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, that is gonna do it. Bryce Rewalt and Tennessee Owens. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and joining the show, guys. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it,
Appreciate
Justin.
you having us.
All right, thank you guys. You guys can go ahead and follow the Straight Shooter YouTube channel. We're gonna be posting new episodes every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's gonna be hopefully just as entertaining as these two guys. So, guys, thanks again. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Justin.
All right, bye, guys.
Bro, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro.
What?
Oh.
Oh, that was funny.